Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Cooling Lady, and I hope you have absolutely wonderful day. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create this layered birthday card with a garden theme. To create this card, I use SVG file from Creative Fabrica, and I use my Cricut Maker 3 machine to cut all those layers. For the very first 3 layers, I'm going to use colored card from Lidl because it is heavyweight. And when these panels are ready, I created all other panels using white card from Crafters Companion, which is 300 GSM. And as I told you, I use my Cricut Maker 3 machine. In a couple of days, there's going to be Amazon Prime event where lots of machines will be discounted. So you can check my links in the description down below. Because during those events, actually, Cricut Maker is pretty cheap. I wouldn't say cheap, but it is discounted heavily. So check all the links in the description down below. Add all the colors and dimension to all the layers. I'm going to use my alcohol markers. What's really good about this technique, you can use whatever colors you want. And when you use a scrap piece of paper that I've got underneath, you can always test the colors, which is a bonus, especially when you create a layered card. And what's really good in this case, when you use 300 GSM card, you will see all the dimension. So in the end, you don't really have to use double-sided foam adhesive, which I think is another bonus. As you can see, I'm placing another layer on top to see which elements will be visible. So that is the way for me to create those layered cards. Have you ever created a shadow box card? If you have, how did you do it? Did you use some cutting dice or maybe SVG file? Like I did in this case. So as you can see, I'm applying all the colors. So if you want to create very good dimension and 3D effect with those shadow box elements, I do encourage you to start with the lightest colors in the background. And then with the layers that will go on top, use slightly darker colors. And that will make a massive difference. So as you can see here, I'm using very cheap alcohol markers. So yes, they do work. All you have to do is to play with the color palette you want to use. And this card was very special. It was for my best friend's mom. She absolutely loves spending time in her garden, so I thought this shadow box SVG will be just perfect to create this card. And the request was to create as big card as possible. So that's what's really good about SVG files. You can resize them, make them as big or as small as you want. And you can always make some adjustments as well. Have you ever used Cricut Maker or Scan and Cut machine to create your cards? If you have, please let me know what did you create. I'm really curious. To be honest, at the moment I absolutely love my Cricut Maker 3 and it has so many possibilities. It cuts all the paper I've given the machine so far. So I'm very happy. And to be honest, the mats are pretty inexpensive. And I left the link in the description down below as well. So as you can see, we can already start seeing all the dimension, which I absolutely love. And I really wanted to create that sunset effect. That's why I used some yellow and orange for the sky. If you think it's a good idea, please let me know in the comments down below. I also wonder, have you seen my video from Saturday when I launched my new collection, Art Deco Style? If you haven't, I left the link in the top right corner for you. And I also left the links in the description down below to my new collection so you can check it out and buy it. So as you can see, I'm adding colors to another layer. And what you can see on the right hand side, the dimension is really visible. So when you start using different markers, it really makes a difference. And what's really good about alcohol markers, you can layer them as well to create even better color effects. So as you can see, I'm using the top layer to see where to put all the colors underneath. Really cool idea. Have you ever used that technique in your card making or paper craft projects? If you have, Please let me know how many different colors have you used. I really like it. I think it is very special and it really adds that extra interest to the card. And I really want to stick with my idea with having personalized cards on my channel every single Monday. So next week, I'm going to have a masculine birthday card. So stay tuned for that as well. Do you like to create personalized cards? If you do you use some cutting dice, SVG files, or maybe stamps? And if you do have your favorite method or technique, I would really like to know which one is it. So as you can see, I'm adding a different green here just to create that dimension. And I think this works so well here. If you like it, I'm really curious what you think about this. And that'll be the top layer later on. So as you can see, you don't really need that many layers to create that very special effect. But in real life, it really makes a difference. And as you can see, I'm using all the markers that you can see here. And if you have even a bigger pack, that would be amazing. But as I told you can always mix and match them and actually layer them as well to create very special color effects. So when this is ready, I'm going to assemble all the card. And I think the easiest way to do it is to use liquid glue because you will have time to maneuver all those elements. Have you ever created a birthday card who loves gardening? If you have, please let me know how did you create this card? This card was given in August, actually, like in the middle of August. So I know I'm a little bit late with the video, but as you probably know, I had pretty difficult time in September. So I'm back to my channel and I really hope that all the inspiration I'm going to post here will be perfect for you. And if you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments down below. At the moment, I'm thinking about very special Halloween card making projects. If you like Halloween, please let me know in the comments down below because I've got an idea not to focus on the theme but actually on some films. If you like it, please let me know in the comments down below. So as you can see, this card comes together very quickly. All together, it took me around an hour, not only to cut, but also to color all those elements. And I think for a personalized card, it is not that bad. What do you think? How long does it take you to create personalized card? Because sometimes I really like to go very intricate with all those elements. And I have to say that those cards make me very happy. Personalized cards are absolutely the best, especially with card making. And on Saturday, we did have a card making day. How did you celebrate? Did you create some bunch of cards, or maybe you started working on your own collection, stamps, or cutting dice? If you have, please let me know in the comments because I'm really curious. I'm very happy my mojo is back, so I really hope I'll post more videos for you coming this week and the following week. Not only with that personalized card that you can see here, but also with my new collection Art Deco style. And if you do like that Art Deco style, at the end of this video, I'm going to post some videos that you can check. And especially if you like personalized cards as well, because you can always do it with every single collection. So as you can see here, I'm trying to add more dimension with the elements that will be at the front of the card. And this way, when you use alcohol markers, it is so easy to do it. So when they will be ready, as you can see, I'm leaving the white edge everywhere because when I'm going to stick them together, I don't want those colors to be visible. So this is my trick for you when you use those layered shadow box style SVGs. So as you can see, I'm coming back and forward with those alcohol markers. So if you want, you can actually cut all those elements using separate colored card. However, I do love coloring. And when I use those SVG files for layered cards, and elements that makes me very, very happy because I just can go wild with all the colors I want. So, as you can see, I'm focusing on the mushrooms on the left and right bottom corners, and then I have to add details to the trees as well. And don't forget about the grass because we really want to create this 3D effect on this card. So, what do you think about this card so far? Do you like layered cards? Have you ever tried them? If you haven't, I really, really encourage you. And don't forget that in a couple of days, there's going to be Amazon Prime Day event. So most of the machines should be discounted. So you can check all my links in the description down below. And as I told you, I use very inexpensive mats for my Cricut Maker 3 and they just work perfectly. So far, I didn't have to change them, which is amazing. So, when these elements will be ready, as you can see on the right hand side, we can see how this scene comes together to life. I really, really like it. And now I think maybe I should add a couple of flowers in the background as well, especially on those bushes. Or maybe like blackberries or blueberries. That would be really cool, especially for someone who loves gardening. So now I'm working on my very top layer. And here you have to be pretty precise. So try when you use your alcohol marker, stay with the line. Try not to go over too much with the colors because we want this layer to be the most perfect. So now I'm finishing all those mushrooms here and the grass as well. So as you can see, this element here only has, let's say, edges. And this is really cool because that's what really is going to make a difference on our card. And don't forget to use different colors in the same color family because that's how we get all the dimension. So when these panels are ready, it will be time to assemble them. And as I told you, I'm going to use a bigger card base. I think in this case it was 7 by 7 inches. And now it will be time to use my liquid glue. And this is really good because you will have time to maneuver all those elements. And what I really like about this card style, you don't really have to use any double-sided foam adhesive because if you use heavyweight cardstock, like in this case, 300 GSM, all the dimension just happens itself. So cool, right? So as you can see, all those layers don't really look finished, but when you put all of them together, the look is absolutely amazing. And I really wanted to create a bigger card so there will be plenty of space to write a message. And as I told you, it is going to be a personalized card. So what I also did off camera, I used my Cricut Maker 3 and I cut the number 70 using gold card. It is my favorite at the moment, so I thought that would be the best way to finish off this card. But before I do it, I need to create a card base, so there will be plenty of space to write the message. So let's do it together. Now, when this is ready, we do have some dimension. So this is my card base. As you can see, I can easily open it and I'm going to put that front of the card here. Super quick and simple. And when this is ready, then we have to finish off the card. As I told you, I'm going to use number 70 using gold card. And what's really missing here is the sentiment as well. And I was very adventurous, let's say. I stamped the word birthday with black ink and then I use embossing powder on top. So actually it has that beautiful shine and that's what I really wanted here. So very often you don't really need any special gems or pearls because the gold cardstock with the number and that beautiful shine on the word birthday will be enough, especially when you tilt the card. And what's really good about this card style, the shadow box card style, it stands proudly on a flat surface, which I think is really, really cool. So now, as you can see, I'm adding cell dimension to the number and the sentiment using double-sided foam adhesive, just for extra interest. But even then, this card is going to go in a flat envelope, which I think is really cool. So as you can see, you can use scissors or pokey tool to peel off the backing and then add a few drops of liquid glue again. So this way, all the elements will stay there forever. And what do you think about all the dimension on this card? Do you like it? If you do like those shadow box card styles, do you have your favorite theme? If you do, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new, because next week I'm going to have another personalized card, and this time it's going to be a masculine one, so stay tuned for that. So now, as you can see, my card is finished. Super beautiful. I know it is very bright here, but if you want to see some pictures, you can go to my blog where you can see them in real life. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you're new. And here you can see my new collection Art Deco Style and Diagonal Joyfold card. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting. Bye!